You got
Welcome to the Kinkazoid Podcast, where you get some education on your form of stimulation. With your hosts, Royal, Chase, and Trey Proper. Buckle your seatbelts because it's going to be a wild ride. Let's get kinky.
Welcome. Greetings and salutations to another wonderful episode of Kinkazoid. It's your boy Trey Proper, here to give y'all all the positive energy in the world. Ladies, if you will, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Happy Pride, everybody. What's up? It's your girl Royal. No tagline necessary. Just recognize she's a queen.
All right. Hi, I'm Siren. I'm gay. I don't know. What should I do? I'm drunk.
All right, cool. Fighting the urge to be like, this is our token. All right, no, I'm done.
No, don't do that.
That's it.
Do not do that.
Not doing it. Yeah. But yeah, we got a great show as always lined up for you. But first things first, here at Kinkazoid, we want to educate, elevate, and edify as always. So we're going to do that starting off with our sexual position of the week. And this one, I was trolling, and I came across this one and it was like, oh, I like it. I likes it a lot. This one is it's called the American Pie. Basically, yeah, I don't know many women that's gonna let me do that because I'm kind of heavy my damn self. But essentially, the gentleman is going to be straddling the young. Well, person A is on top, and they have pretty much are receiving oral from the top position, and the other person is basically just taking it like a champ. So there you go. given it is basically, blowjob, kneeling, man on top, oral sex, no penetration, but the man is pretty much stationary, or the top person is pretty much stationary. Mm-hmm. So, ladies, would you participate with this here position in your own personal lives?
We've already talked about this. 10 out of 10. Yes, definitely. Do it.
Okay. All right.
Put it in my face. I'm with it. I'm with the shits. Yes. Oh. And I could be talking like this because I'm already have a little bit of a buzz because Hubducer makes a strong drink, but
he does. He does. You just got it. Like you just started sipping it.
I'm like 3 gulps in, and yeah, I'm feeling it.
Man, I wish you was coming to con with us. Shit. All right, Siren, what about you?
So that would imply me telling myself about sucking fake dick. So yes and yes.
Okay. I mean, this is a judgment-free zone.
No, I don't feel judged. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just thought about it. But, I mean, it's not bad. I think it just depends on the other person, like how gung-ho they are. And if they remember that you need to breathe. That for me. But, I mean, I tried again, I guess.
Okay. And ladies,
I guess my point of view about this is bad because I'm like, sometimes it's just more important than breathing. But if it gets too bad, I'll tap.
I mean, if we were talking about eating pussy, absolutely, I'm prepared to die on that hill. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But like
both of them.
So proud of y'all. So proud of y'all. Wait, what's that? Is that it? Oh yeah, no, that's right. Wait a minute.
What?
That's not the right. Anyway, I was looking at the picture like that's not the one I was talking about.
That's the one.
Okay, is it? Sorry, I'm all.
No, wait, no, you were.
No, I was talking about I'm sorry. Different. This one here. This is the American Pie. I was so I got my iPad up.
The prisoner one.
Yeah, it was. That was actually what I described was actually for next week. This one is an inverted 69.
Well, surprise. That was.
Well, now you guys know what's happening next week. But we ain't put that picture up. So this one is the American Pie. I stand corrected. I was like, wait a minute. No, because I pulled up the wrong picture before it came. We got a delay. Excuse me. But this one basically is an inverted 69. Gentleman or bottom person, you need to have a lot of strength, depending on who you're dealing with, to hold in that position and concentration, because if top person is doing what they need to do, you might fall back. So hold on tight. Do apologize. All right.
So if we talking about this one, then nah, because I mean, I don't know, because Hubducer are kind of strong, but I'm still, on the thick side of things. So,
He got you.
I'd be a little nervous. I would definitely be a little nervous.
This one, you're not high up off the ground. You're not being held aloft. So I think this works for BBWs or BHMs either way, whichever you are. As long as the bottom person has that good, strong constitution. So whoever got the most strength, you're going on the bottom. It is what it is. And yeah, eat up. Anyway. All right. So if you will present our panel and our people out there in the classroom with our sexual toy that you discovered. And I'm done waiting to hear this one. What's this one about?
Absolutely will. So you guys know that Trey, I've been kind of delving into the weird and wonderful when it comes to sex toys recently. Mm-hmm. So, and that's just not necessarily because of personal preference, but just because I'm genuinely curious, right? So while I was scrolling through, I came across Belladonna's Magic Hand Dildo. Now, for those of you who could not tell by looking at the picture, I think the picture's up on the screen. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to read this straight.
Hey, yo, what the hell?
I'm going to read it straight from the website. So, legendary porn star Belladonna is here to lend a helping hand with your fisting fantasies. If you like the idea of fisting, but don't know where to start, this is the fisting dildo for you. Twist and thrust it gently inside for your intense sensations. Now, just to give some of the dynamics here, the circumference, meaning the girth of this thing, is like this. Keep this in mind, right? 8.25 inches. 8.25. No, that's the length. 8.25 inches around and the insertable length is 12 inches. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it's a hell no for me. I'm not, I'm not with it. I am not with the shits on this one. I don't even want to try it. To each their own. If you are a person who enjoys fisting, then more power to you. You understand? But it's a no for me. I can't do it.
I once dated this woman who was like 6'4" and like 280. And so like we're, getting it on and everything. And I'm like, using my fingers and stuff. And I'm like, okay, she doesn't really, you wait for a certain response when you're fingering because you have to. So I'm like 2 fingers in, like I start with 2 because I just felt like that's
the standard. Who does this?
This is a lot.
First of all, don't do that. Don't do that because some of us do. Okay. Some of us are fine with just one finger. I've broken a finger. Okay. So some of us are perfectly fine with just one finger.
The gorilla grip, sir. The gorilla grip.
Okay.
Gorilla grip.
So like I'm like 3 fingers in, and now I'm just like, okay, like I mean, she seems to be enjoying it, but probably not as much as she could. So like when I got to the 4th finger, I'm scared because I've literally never done this to anybody, and I'm just like, as much as I enjoy fingering because that skin is very similar to it's either your tongue or your something like it's the same kind of skin.
The cheek. It's your cheek.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I enjoy the sensation of that, but like the closer I got to actually balling up my fist and like punching her uterus, like that's because that's what that feels like to me. I just was like, okay, I don't think this is for me, but she was really into it. And, I'm glad I was able to facilitate that. But yeah, just for future reference, I don't think, and I think only because my hands are small, I'm like way smaller than her in comparison. So it's just like, that was the only way for me to get it done.
Yeah, no. Trey, put your damn hand down, okay? Because you're just bodily injury with this. No, sir.
She had hands like you. Like she had big hands. She had big hands. So it's just like,
now I have questions. So did she like fist herself? Was that something that she did for herself?
So as far as I could tell, no, because I mean we dated for a short span of time. But something she said once made me ask her, so are you like bisexual and not a lesbian? And she was like, well, I've had sex with men before fairly recently. So she told me how recently, and I was like, okay, now I'm curious because I feel like if you're 6'4", 280, what kind of man are you into?
Andre the Giant,
right? Because I'm like even being my size as a woman who happens to be gay, I want to feel like this person that I'm engaging sex with can handle me. Like if you got to get a little physical, I want to feel secure that you're not going to drop us because your knees is you didn't skip leg day. So with that logic, I feel like even though she is her size, he's got to be 8'12". Like you got to be able to handle this. Quick math. You got to be able to still handle her, I would think, in order to satisfy her. So it's like, I asked her how it went. She goes, oh, well, the guy comes over and I basically like snatch him, big ass hands, okay? Big ass hands. She's like, I snatch him in and I push him down and I tell him to take it out. And then I was just like, okay. And I think
that's my snoo.
That's my snoo comes to mind. Don't get on my head. Don't do that. It was a good time though. Like the couple of months, it was great. It was a fantastic time. Mm-hmm. And because her hands were big, we only needed one finger, Trey. Man.
I'm just so I will apologize because I'm used. This is I'm pretty good with this, but my regular digit.
Listen,
compared to my shot glass.
Like our girl Chase said in the comments, aka Swipes and Giggles. Y'all go check out her YouTube channel. 2 fingers max for me, okay? 1 finger feels good, and 2 is full. Full. I'm great, okay? I'm great here. This is where we live. That is a hell no. That's a no. That's a no for me.
You doing Taebo in my?
No, I ain't say this. If you could take this, I ain't got nothing for you, shorty. I'm regular individual. I'm good. Can't help you there. All right. So yeah, that is an interesting toy. If she's into it, sure. I'll just throw it in there. Just add it to the box. Add it to the pile of toys
I'm
for
just
my
gonna
dear
forewarn
future
y'all.
wife.
I'm gonna forewarn y'all that the next couple of toy picks are probably going to be weird. I'm just saying.
I'm here
Because
for it.
I feel like we've covered the gamut on the things that, are the usual, like the norm. So I'm just like,
Mhm.
all right, let me just think outside the box a little bit.
Yeah, that's what when I'm looking for sex positions. I want to find some different shit. I'm kind of mad I blew the load early for the one for next week, but
You really did.
hey,
It's
I
okay,
really
though.
did.
It's all right.
I
They
was
got
just excited
two for
about it.
one
I
today.
saw it. I was like, all right, let's talk about it. Shit, that's not the right one, Trey.
They got 2 for the price of 1 a day. It's okay. It's
There
okay.
you go. Two positions. So usually I didn't ask you this before in our pre-show meeting, Siren, but I did want to ask you if you have any sex tips for anybody, like anything that you would suggest for our audience that would help them in their adventure time, like I like to call it. Anything that comes to mind?
Okay, so I call it the monkey paw. Okay, so
Do tell.
basically, you're gonna use this part of your hand. You're doing this, and you're literally placing. You don't have to. Okay, lips and all can go here, and you're doing this motion to the vagina, and it feels quite good.
So up and down. So if this the man in the boat, it's
motion.
up and down
It's
and
a
squeezing
circular
at the
motion.
same time.
Yes.
It's a circular
Oh,
motion.
circular.
Yes.
I learned something new today.
Yes. And you can add fingers, but you probably won't need to. Like
just go ahead and take notes.
So can I add a thumb to it? Can I add a thumb to the mixture?
Wait a minute, Trey. The thumb is a butt finger.
No. Well, you wouldn't do it before. I wouldn't. That's
Okay.
not this is a preamble. This is.
I don't think the thumb feels good in the vagina. Just be like.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I don't think it does.
Because if you imagine me as a bowling ball, where would your thumb go? Where did your thumb go in the bowling ball? Technically, it's the thing, not 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so thumbs don't go in the coochie.
Mm-mm. Okay, fair enough. I'll take that as a note. I've never heard that complaint before, but
do your thing. My bad. I'm just telling on myself. I don't even know.
No, you good. You good. All right, that's Siren's sex tip. All right, so like you said in the beginning of the show, this is Pride Month, so we definitely going to get into satellite motions are A1, thumbs are a negative. Okay, all right, I could be wrong. Yeah. So getting into our first topic, happy Pride Month, everybody. If you are out there enjoying this time, have the most fun you could possibly have. But of course, we wanted to talk about a few things here tonight that are involving Pride. So if you've paid attention to me on other shows, Siren has actually made an appearance on another show that I was on, Blurs and Whiskey. And we've been friends for close to 15. I think it was before Lil Trey was born. 15 years just about, because he's about to be 15. So we had a lot of hanging out to do early on. And we were actually roommates at one point, and they didn't have a car, so they relied on me to be the transport for them to get to the club. So this is a little story time, quick little story time about Pride. I ain't a homophobic individual. Never been that way.
Homophobic.
There we go.
Actually, like
homophobic. I don't like your homies. I don't want none of them niggas around me. So I was the only one.
Your friends.
I was the only one with a car that night. They were like, "We want to go to the club. It's Pride. Trey, come on." All right, fuck it, let's go. So we went there. Her girlfriend and one of my homies went with us. We all drove down to Apex, popular club in DC. And we get in there, we're having fun. Me and my homie, we was chilling on the wall, got a couple of drinks, we just watching everything, we just vibing. And this 6'8", 325-pound swole monster walks up in front of me and is like, "What's up, Kermo?" Nigga look down at me. He looked down at me. I ain't no punk. I don't back down, but nigga, I can't beat him. So I have no qualms with this, and one of my best friends in the world will tell you he would back the story up. I turned to him and I was like, "This is my boyfriend. I can't go with you." Like, nah, homie.
You
nah.
can't have all of this. You cannot.
Because me and him looked at each other, was like, we can't beat him.
Oh
we're
my
not
God.
gonna win this fight.
And your
All right,
confidence
no,
won't
I'm
win,
with
but
him.
You still couldn't beat him. No.
Nah, wouldn't gonna happen. So that was my first time at Apex.
That was a good time.
Yeah. So another.
Sounds like a fun event.
Oh, we still had fun. I still had a lot of fun.
It was fun. Hey.
And it was my first time actually in a gay club. My only time, honestly, in a gay club where I was not aware that there were straight women in the gay club that were there with their gay friends. So I ended up getting like 3 numbers that night. It was like,
but that's because never mind. We'll talk. That's a whole nother topic.
Women are the best wingmen. Period.
They are.
Period.
That's true. That is very true. I'm sorry to cut you off. I find a lot of frequently when white women, well, not white, when women that are straight are in gay clubs, it's just because they kind of don't want to be bothered by men.
Mm-hmm.
It does. Yes, we have the wing women and all that, and that's fantastic. But a lot of times it's I just want to go out with my girls and have a good time and dance, and not have to worry about giving out my number or
It was a red bone.
Yeah, it was
right, any of that. So it's a safe space. It's a safe space that they've created for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was like a few months ago, there was some actual debate about, the fact that in a lot of places we don't, I'll wait till we get to the next part to say that because it ties into the next topic.
Okay.
But
okay.
No problem. So, and another story I have involving Miss Siren. Once upon a time, I was in need of a part-time job, and she was a manager of a particular ice cream company. Once again, me being oblivious to holidays and time frames and everything like that, I'm working part-time in this ice cream shop, slinging cream. Not what you think. And
yes, you were.
Choice of wording here, sir. I think you need to pay attention.
Hey, it is what it is.
What you're saying.
So it was one girl working it. Anyway, all right. So I'm in there. I'm making sundaes, making ice cream. It's my part-time job. I can't talk tonight, dang. And I realized there's a lot of people in the community around. They got their flair on. I'm like, all right, cool. I did not know it was Pride, but I called her. I was like, why is it me in less enlightened times in the way that I spoke? Why is there so many of your people around here? But I didn't say your people.
That's exactly what he said. Because it's our time to shine, baby. It's our time.
Like, oh, it's Pride. All right. So got off. I was like, cool. So this one dude walks in. And he's just like, he's asking for ice cream, but after the fact, I realized that he was basically coming on to me. I want extra nuts. And I want the biggest banana you got. Like, I need all that. And extra cream on top. Like, he was going in. And I made it to order. I did what I had to do to make the order, made the big old sundae, gave it to him. He was like, can I eat it right here? I was like, well, we got a lot of people in. You can. Do what you got to do, homie. I don't care. So he takes out his money, pays for a sundae, then he takes out a crisp $20 bill, takes the Sharpie out of the tip jar, writes something on it, drops it in the tip jar. It calms down later on. I look back and I'm like, okay, let me count my tips. Jerome, left his number on the $20 bill in the tip jar. I was like. And of course, I called. Was like, I just got a tip, right? That's what happened. But
he was trying to get a tip too.
I bet. Wasn't gonna happen.
Trying to get a tip.
He was trying to get a tip. Okay.
Check out the comments over on YouTube. Deshae says he thought your name was Sweet Cheeks Trey. Really?
Oh.
Nah.
These cheeks
stay closed.
Nah. You were saying you said you was playing cream.
Ice cream. There we go. But that's just
not what you said.
Right.
We're not doing that. Anyway, I'm still a virgin. Thank you. But that's just a little story time from Prides in the past. I've always had fun hanging out with you guys, and I'll always be an ally. I always stand up, and whatever you need, I'm there for you. Okay. So yeah, speaking of Pride festivities, that's our first topic. We have And here in the DMV, we have a very vibrant and lively community. Graham Dixon on YouTube. My man said his name is Turner Brown, aka Turn Around. Shut up.
Wow.
No.
Anyway, but yeah, so we have a very vibrant and bustling community in the DMV. So we have pretty much Capitol Pride, which happens in DC, and I believe just regular Black Pride. And there are different events that happen. As I am not a member of the community, I don't have much information on that. So I'm going to handball this over to my sister Siren to explain to us what's going on in those particular events.
It's your lovely token here. Just to impart a little knowledge on the things going on in the community this week. Starting this past Monday till this week is what's known as Capitol Pride. Capitol Pride has a range of events, including the Pride Parade. They have free events for not only the adults but the younger LGBTQ plus community. Things that will help you get in touch with other people, mentors, things like that. And they do a very good job of including the community. Then there's Black Pride, which happened last weekend. And Black Pride is more of a just the weekend kind of experience where you get a lot of nightlife things. I have not encountered anything going on during the day that they provide. Usually all of the events that are available, there's like a yacht party, there's like a lot of rooftop things, that sort of thing, day parties. And it's really just nightlife, and there's nothing wrong with that. But as far as being a community, I do feel like it's if you're a part of some kind of organization that is promoting pride and promoting our community, it would be beneficial to be able to support every person, every individual person, even teenagers or people who are just coming out in their youth. I mean, we don't have anything like that at Black Pride. So it is great to have Capitol Pride because there are, like I said, a range of things that are all inclusive or inclusive to everyone in the community. We actually just got a bar, I believe it's called As We Are. They have the trans flag, they have the pride flag, but they also fly the trans flag. And I have to do some research, but someone else told me that it's I think the owners are trans. So yeah, they wanted to have more of a stake in the city, and it's actually not near the other two establishments that I know are like our regular gay bars. The other thing about this area, meaning DC, is we don't have a lot of regular spots that the African American or people of color queer community are able to attend. But there's pictures and what's it called? A League of Her Own, which are in Adams Morgan. And those are a couple of establishments where we can go. And I mean, I think everyone is invited. It's just the vibe is not really geared towards everybody else. I'll say it that way. But those places do exist. And then, of course, like I said, the newer place just opened recently. But yeah, I just honestly feel like with Black Pride, even though it's nice, we don't have things all year long. And then when it comes to that, it's literally just, okay, pay $50 or pay $25 to get in, have the same music being played. There isn't any kind of community outreach that happens. So I typically just attend one event, and that's kind of it. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But
no, you're good. It's informative. I didn't know it was like that. I thought it would be inclusive on both sides. I mean, here's
the thing. I will say this. I want to say this because I don't want to make it sound like everyone isn't invited. Everybody is able to attend. I've never seen anybody be turned away like that. But literally, the vibe is, from my experience, the vibe with Black Pride is literally, okay, we're gonna play all the hits over and over and over again. you're gonna be able to hookah, or it's a rooftop thing, or it's literally the same event except for like the yacht party or the boat party. And those things are nice, but once again, there isn't a real sense of community in my mind. When I attend those things, it's more like, okay, it's kind of snooty, just from what I've experienced. And I'm a very like open, bubbly person. Like I want to talk to everybody. I want to hear what's going on with you. But that's not the vibe. Versus if you're going to Pride, like I'm taking 3 of my kids that I take care of that are in my life. I'm taking them to their first Pride parade this Saturday. And I'm so excited about that because they're not only going to get to meet other people who identify like themselves, but they're going to just get this, what I think Pride should be. Like literally you're getting to immerse yourself in our own culture and feel like, okay, not only am I accepted, but this is just, it's just that sense of community that I think the other Pride lacks. Or is in need of, I'll say that.
Okay.
So yes, I'm really excited about taking them to Pride, like taking them to the parade. I got to be in the parade maybe 7 years ago, something like that. And like it was one of the best experiences of my life. Like it really was just nice. Like people you don't know. There's just this really great energy. And you get to be in the midst of that and share it and give it out and then take it back in. And it's okay, pause. What you get.
We all got
It's
dirty
just
minds
that.
here. You're welcome.
It's really, yeah, we go. So yeah, it's really just that community that I want to welcome them into, and I get to be the person to do that. I think that their parents should be doing that, but I'm very happy to have the honor to do so.
That's awesome.
Dope, and I'm really saddened to hear that Black Pride doesn't have the same sense of community, because I feel like it's important for Black children who are LGBTQ plus to have that sense of community, that sense of representation, because you don't get it in most Black households. 36 years old, and I'm really just embracing the fact, probably more so recently in my 30s, that I've been bisexual my entire life. And
really? I'm sorry.
that's why I don't like him. So it's just like,
girl, you've been gay since I met you. Go ahead.
Shut.
It doesn't work like that.
I gotta mess with you. I gotta poke fun.
The point that I'm making is that, like, in my household, and I guess we'll touch on this in our next topic, is that it was such an ingrained sense of homophobia, and like I was raised religious, so to be homosexual was to be an abomination, period. There was no if, and, or but about it, you know what I mean? And because I feel like most Black youth have that upbringing, that should tie us together anyway, you know what I mean? For those of us who are LGBTQ plus, it's just like that part of it should be like, oh yeah, you went through this too, me too, you know what I'm saying? And for Black Pride to not have that, that's really upsetting.
So the next portion of this, actually, and I'm a little mad at Hub Deucer in the background. You put the damn pictures too early, man. Next portion was basically, we were to talk about the pandering that they do every year. They do it with Pride, but they do it with every holiday out here. But I think they kind of overdo it with Pride, where they're just trying to, hey, like the Peter Griffin meme that was up there. Hey, buy our products. Come on, do it. How do you guys?
Or some weird little out of the way thing that's supposed to suddenly make you feel like, oh, this particular brand is welcoming or welcomes me. No.
Come on down to the Gap, like shit like that.
Exactly.
Like all the time, though. And I mean, it's like for any marginalized group, if it could be Black History Month, it could be Asian and Pacific Islander, it could be Hispanic Heritage, Pride Month, anything. That's honestly what they do. They bring out this huge song and dance, and they're so, we are, so positive, and we are, we accept everybody, and this, that, and the other. And then when the month is over, you don't hear nothing.
Not even at 12 a.m. the day before the end of July. They got supposed to do stuff in the stores. Like, it's not. You're not even
the 20th.
You're not even gonna be consistent throughout the month about it. They're ready to get this Independence Day thing going.
So, yeah, everything's gonna be overshadowed by Independence Day anyway, because that's America's holiday. That's when you're gonna have most of a certain type of people out there. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get out there and blow some shit up. That's exactly what they're doing. And I can say that because I be out there with them. I like blowing shit up too, so I ain't gonna fix it. Every year I'm blowing up. If you see my family cookouts, we blowing shit up.
Oh, getting rubbed off on
you. I was buying jeans the other day, and my receipt said, we support the LGBTQ, and I'm like, so y'all literally set y'all registers up to do this for about 30 days?
It's in the software now. Come on now, it's programmed.
Okay. Could you imagine if they had a kente cloth printed out on a receipt during February? It's coming. Oh, it's Juneteenth. We already seen the ice cream.
The ice cream, no. Come on now.
Right, you put it out there, and the internet heard you. You know how that. You know Google heard you. That's how I be feeling. We
just gotta keep watching shit.
Like, see what you did. See what you did.
We just gotta keep watching shit. That's all I can say. Make sure they can't do it. Sorry, I couldn't see it. Gravity respond. You ain't getting my. Oh my God! You're still talking about this. I'm ignoring you.
Graham, I stopped reading it. I love
you,
Graham.
I'm done. I couldn't see it anyway. I'm done. It's just I can't stand the pandering in any context when they do it. Just let people be people.
Right.
We're all
really.
Don't try to make a show out of it.
Yeah, people do fall for it. You get what I'm saying? Like, because I don't mean any harm. As much sales as I know Chick-fil-A gets, even from our community, and Chick-fil-A is not at all a supporter, the very second that we find out that Chick-fil-A has said, "Oh, we now support the community," oh baby, they're gonna run out of chicken.
She said they gonna run out of chicken.
Another piece of chicken left, okay? They'll be borrowing shit from Popeyes to feed us, because now we just, because somebody tried to make me feel bad for eating Chick-fil-A, and I'm just like, I get your political reasons, but I'm not political, and this is what the fuck I want to eat.
And this chicken sandwich right here.
It's crack. It's cracking that chicken.
Give me my account. Thank you very much.
Polynesian sauce on that.
I need with the Polynesian sauce. Facts.
That's all everybody eat. Everybody eat Polynesian sauce.
Hey, with the fucking the moment these motherfuckers either open up on Sunday or put a flag up out front. I don't go there every day, but I might. Listen. I ain't gonna tell you.
You ever go a little bit longer without no Chick-fil-A and you start to get that itch?
First of all,
hold
I don't think I've ever gone long without Chick-fil-A. I don't think I ever have.
I was off on Memorial Day, and of course that's a Monday. So I'm like, ooh, I was dropping somebody off who wasn't invited at my house, but that's a whole nother thing for another time. And I was like, shit. I was like, there's no line at Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna be first in line. And then the moment it hit me that it's a fucking holiday. When I tell you I wanted to cry, my stomach hurt was sad. On the
Listen, that's how I be feeling every Sunday. I'll be like, I can go to Chick-fil-A. Oh shit, it's Sunday.
No, you're not, and you're not.
And Google's facts. She said, like you literally do not have to make a product for everything to make it inclusive. You really don't. Graham Dixon said, as soon as Chick-fil-A open on Sundays and sell chicken wings, Popeyes is out of business. Yo, I just the same thing, Graham. I said the same thing. I said, as soon as they start selling wings, it's over. Ain't gonna be no
chicken wings and Polynesian sauce. Oh my God.
Oh.
In or out.
Wait a minute. First of all, I think you just did something there, because I'm about to go hit up America's Best and Chick-fil-A at the same time.
I don't want your chicken. I just need your sauce. Just give me a bag of your sauce.
But it's also
my pleasure.
It's in the store. Like, you can buy their sauces in the store now.
Yes,
the Polynesian, the Chick-fil-A sauce, and I think it's one other sauce that's in the stores.
I just found that out.
Come back here.
To leave out this joint, go hit up a Safeway real quick.
Sir, what is Jollibees? Genocide Circus says people praising Chick-fil-A haven't had Jollibees before.
I don't know what that is. That's not in the DMV area. We don't even know what that is.
Where are you located?
He's a trucker. He drives around the country and he tries food everywhere. So
Jollibees either. You better eat a piece for us because we're not gonna get it.
Okay,
exactly.
So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and send my order FedEx. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I was anyway. Moving on to the next topic. So unfortunately, there are downsides to pride, is in the not in pride itself, but in the aspect that there are people out there who still have not embraced the fact that there are people out there who are going to live alternative lifestyles. Mm-hmm. They're going to live their lives and be themselves and unapologetically be themselves. So let's talk about homophobia. This I fucked it up earlier.
Homophobia?
Homophobia.
Homophobia.
If you're coming to the show late, yeah, I misspoke earlier. I don't like none of you homies. I don't want no homies around me. Fuck them homies. Blurs of whiskey right now is like, fuck you, Dre. Anyway, do you guys have any personal experiences with homophobia?
I told you I was basically raised under it. And it's not like, it's like subtle too. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't say it in a sense to where, you know, it's outright derogatory. It's just, it's in the Bible. You're not supposed to, you know, man is not supposed to lay with man. It's, you know, it's an abomination, And it's like, that's automatically your way of thinking. It's like for somebody to sleep with someone of the same sex is automatically wrong. You know what I mean? Like, there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. There's no questioning. It's just, okay, well, it's in the Bible, so this is right. You know what I mean? So that's really pretty much been my experience. And I think that's why it took me so long to get to where I am anyway, because it's like, I'm thinking I'm not going to be accepted by my family. I'm not going to be accepted by my peers. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like that sense of fear, and it's deeply internalized. And so it's just like automatically you're like, okay, well, this is wrong. However, I'm feeling is wrong. And, you know, I just need to ask for deliverance or something like that. That's how I felt. So that was my experience with homophobia.
Okay, so I mean, I grew up in the South. I'm from the South, and so yes, fire and brimstone was literally the talk that you got when anybody thought that anybody might be gay or queer. And so that was just, like you said, that's something that I just grew up with. So it was just in the air. And then when I moved up here, my experiences became the same kind of experience, but in a different kind of scenario. It would be, okay, if I'm hanging out with a friend and they're like, oh, well, I'm going to invite my other friend to hang with us. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. And then the other friend, I guess there was this disclaimer, which I don't understand why people do this, but you're outing somebody when you do this, when you go to this other person, like, oh, you're going to hang out with my friend Siren and me. But by the way, Siren's gay. There was no need to ever mention that. That's first. And outed me, which is not okay. But then once that happens and now this new friend is introduced to me, it's always, I mean, oh, you seem cool, but like, I don't swing that way. And I don't want, you know, I don't want anybody pushing up on me. And in my head, I'm going, obviously you're straight because you're used to men just, hey, can I, da 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 da. We don't work like that. Lesbians don't work.
I don't get why people automatically assume just because somebody is interested in the same sex, that don't mean that they're interested in you.
That does not qualify you automatically. There's no automatic qualifying factor. You know, like, I don't mean harm, your attitude stinks, and I'm sure your pussy does too. So we're gonna just.
I'm using it. I hope you have not copywritten or trademarked that phrase, because I'm using it. That's it.
Listen, once the dividends start to roll in, just kick me back my 10%, and I'll keep my mouth shut.
That's fine. I got you. Whole finder's fee. I'm not even mad.
So that is typically the experience that I was having, like once I moved here, and I'm just in my head going, first of all, you haven't seen me naked, baby. I promise you I look better than you with these clothes off. Please don't embarrass yourself. I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? And having to because here's my thing. I don't feel like it's my place to humble anybody, and I love the confidence. I really, really do. It's misplaced, but I love it. You know, it looks good on you. And I hated the fact that I would often have to just be like, "You're not my type." And now it goes from, "Oh, I don't want to be pushed up onto women. Why are you not pushing up on me?" I mean, the switch is that quick. It's that fucking quick. Well, which is it? Maybe pick a struggle. Do you want me to want you or not?
Which one is it?
You literally pick a struggle. So that's what it was for me. And like it happened more than one time. And of course now I'm like, not only am I embarrassing this person's friend, but I now have to lose a friend because you're outing me. Because once again, that is the issue here. I don't give a fuck that your friend thinks she's cute enough to bag me. She's not. I give a fuck at the fact that you thought that you had to explain me before I met this person when you could have just let me meet this person and they would have loved me. At some point, they might have found out that I was gay, but guess what? It never would have mattered because I don't want to fuck your friend. That's the problem.
Facts.
So yeah, that's my homophobic experience. I'm like, first of all, it's fake, baby. You know damn well your man, your husband, your boo, your side piece ain't eating your pussy. He's definitely not eating it better than me. Absolutely not, because it's just impossible. But I don't even want you. You've never had anything to worry about, and you just didn't know it.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna real quick. Looking in the comments on YouTube, are you Bahamas really still talking about goddamn Jollibees when we have this deep conversation? Like really?
Jollibees.
They said Jollibees. Graham says Jollibees is they call Jollibee Jollibees. Is that how you say it? Anyway, is Bonchon out here for real?
Oh, I have that. That ain't busting like that.
Like
I ain't never had it, but I ain't necessarily been interested in it either. So
yes.
I had it once because you can't eat food around me. Trey knows that. Don't buy food and then don't buy me food.
She's a skinny fat ass.
So yeah, don't do that. Now you have to share the only food that you bought. Okay, that's
she's so serious. Like we had the box. Like
I believe it.
Going back to YouTube comments, Graham Dixon, Leo, don't start that. Get out. Graham Dixon says, Serious Graham says, most guys who think every gay wants them is afraid that they might be interested in the lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
you're that cute. You're not that cute.
So
you know what kills me is that I feel like every man is homophobic. And let me go ahead and put out this disclaimer before Trey gets me. Not all men, but men are homophobic until it's time for a threesome.
So facts. And it depends on what type of threesome you talk about. But the only thing I disagree with is that I think they were all homophobic until we become educated. I myself was homophobic one point in time back in the day. There are certain words that I used until I realized that they genuinely hurt people or they make people feel uncomfortable. And I did not want to be that. I didn't want to do that to people. So I had to learn. Hell, Siren had to tell me, you can't use the D word. I was like, but that's what I can't use it. Oh, okay, shit. I didn't know. She had to straight up check me. And since then, I don't fucking use the word. So we all have to, in my opinion, everybody needs to educate. And what else do we preach here? Fucking communicate with people how you feel, how you want to be interacted with. And even situations like you just described, Siren, if you don't want to be outed, that's something you need to I'm sure you have that communication with people, but everybody needs to know that so that we don't have those awkward situations. So we don't have those I'm losing a friend situations.
Why do people treat it as a disclaimer anyway? Like, oh yeah, such and such is gay. Okay.
You don't have to explain that to anybody because guess what? I promise you that your queer friend doesn't want your other friend. I can promise you that.
Oh, see, all my other gay friends have wanted your ass. So I don't know about that. They be like, hey.
Like, why you ain't tell me?
Hey. I'm not going to do that on the show. We'll talk after the show. I ain't going to point them out. But they was like, who's that? Who's she?
No, listen, I'm dating. I'm dating. I'm very single. And if you can treat me very well, consistently, I mean, I'll let you take me out. I might show you my ass cheek because booty looks nice. But anyway.
That joint is getting fatter. I ain't gonna fake. I'm sorry. I seen Instagram. I was like, hey, okay. All right, Joe, I see.
So I was like,
I can't with him.
he said, yo, you my homie. I can't see you like this.
Hello. Oh my gosh.
Nah, Joe, you understand. That joke came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I didn't even talk about y'all. Ty at YouTube, she said, females don't even want y'all. Don't y'all know gay men got higher standards? Stop the madness.
Okay. Oh my God. Because listen, you ain't
Speak
seen
for yourself.
Boosie
I'm a catch.
again.
Oh my Lord. Amber said,
She this for me. We're not saying you're not, not all me. No, not a catch. Just, a lot of them. Too many of them.
Amber says, I've always been so passionate. I now work in DNI or EDNI, and you got me wanting to cry, start a nonprofit for Black LGBTIA. Lord, I can't. I'm sorry, Tipsy. LGBTQIA youth, riot, create more year-round spaces for queer people of color. Yes, Amber. Yes, Amber. It's the injustices I hear in your voice. Yes. Lillian Disu says, but specifically a girl guy threesome. Yes, that's the one that we're talking about.
Yeah, I know. I got it. Trust me, I know. I mean, but I don't think that comes down to in that particular situation where it comes to threesomes. I truly think it comes down to a preference situation as opposed to homophobia. If a guy his preference is not to be present with another guy sexually, that's his preference. He doesn't want to do that. Most men, majority of us, damn near all of us, want two of the things that we like because we're greedy like that. I'll own up to it. Yeah, I want two of them. But we only can act on what we have access to and what's allowed to happen around us. So but I will agree, if you are not comfortable enough with your partner to have that conversation and be like, hey, this is what I want, and be ready for the possibility that she say, hey, this is what I want. Don't even ask that damn question because you ain't ready to do it, homie. Like, no. So, but I understand what you mean by it's the girl man fantasy threesome. I get it. And yes, I lost my train of thought. Crap. That's what you have notes for, Trey.
Yeah.
Right.
Where did you go, Trey?
I don't know. I went on a small tangent there.
He was thinking about the girl guy threesome and he got lost in thought. That's what had happened.
I've only had that 2 times in my life. It was fun, and I lasted all of 5 seconds. So hey,
wow, 5 seconds.
I was overloaded. Okay, I was overloaded, overstimulated, and hey, it was.
You admitted that on the show. Okay, all right. Then.
Look, I don't think that.
Listen,
I don't think.
So before I started dating women, I dated a guy that I had sex with, and he was just like, like he admitted, like he said to me something in the way of like his dick was small, like he said it out loud. I was just like, I mean, I know, clearly I knew, but it was just, say it again. Like I really was like, oh.
But see, here's the thing: you can have a small dick and be incompensating in other ways. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, you can. I wasn't dissatisfied, but that's how I knew I just preferred women because I was just like, this wasn't bad, but like I don't want to do it again.
Did you say it like that to him?
I didn't know. Literally, what I said to him was, I ended up moving away, so it didn't matter. Like
you ghosted that man long distance ghosting.
Listen, hey Edward, how you doing? If you're seeing this, hi boo. But yeah, he wasn't bad at it. He really wasn't. But I was like, this is still not good enough for me to like want to do it again, or like not be with women. Like women are just
your cup of tea,
right? I mean, you know what you want when you know. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because I'm like, I don't want to suck your dick, so you definitely it ain't that good. It ain't good enough for me to think about. Nah, it ain't that good. It's okay. But what I am not doing is mic checking anybody. I'm good. It's okay. No,
mic check.
But
speaking of mics, I got it. So if this is totally off topic, this is kind of delving into nerddom. If you've watched the show The Boys, there's a situation that happened in the very first 10 minutes of the new season.
Yes,
where
I saw your show earlier.
Yeah, I was told Genocide Circuit requested that I talked about this as another added bonus to the show today. But It's a sexual act called penis sounding or urethra sounding, where basically you take a cylinder-shaped object that's small enough to fit inside,
I've seen it.
and it goes in.
You jam it in.
And you do things to it. So yeah, go watch The Boys on Amazon Prime if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that was just creeps me out. All right, okay.
Honestly, what it puts me in the mind frame of is when you get a catheter. That's what it puts me in the mind frame of, and those things hurt.
Forgot about that. I forgot about that word. I forgot about that pain. All right. Yeah, back to yeah, so
Unsay it, please. Oh my God.
It's bad. It's bad.
So I'm checking the comments on YouTube. H-Field Deshay says, yep, because I'm a show say I want to find men. Lillian Desu says, I'd argue it's a bit of both. I'm not exactly sure what she's regarding.
Homophobia and preference.
There you go. Okay, so H-Field Deshay also says, did you act shocked for the guy with the small penis? She said, I would have said, what? You do?
No, I literally, because we were cool.
Yeah, you do. We were
cool.
Just deadpan.
She said it, and I was just like, I didn't say anything. I didn't confirm. That's the thing I knew not to do. You don't confirm.
Don't confirm.
Don't be
you don't confirm. You don't deny. You just like, oh.
Let that man live it. All I can say is let that man live in his fantasy world. Let him believe what he got.
Look, he's making a dream come true. I made him feel like it was the biggest dick in existence. I promise.
Good job. Stroke a little ego.
Because here's the thing: not all of us like. I don't even like a big dildo. I don't like. It was a good size for me. Since society standards would have put him on the smaller end.
Listen, let me tell you what. Okay, if it's anything over 6 to 8 inches, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Yeah, that's too much.
Ladies and gentlemen, somehow this Pride show has turned into the Dick Talk show. Thank you for joining us.
Listen. There are dicks involved in Pride. Okay, we just
I'm just joking.
I can bring it back. Look, so every dominant woman that I've dated went and bought a baby arm. Where are you putting that?
Where is that going? Oh my God, no.
Because here's my thing: you had a choice. You have adult money and a choice, and you decided to buy the wrecking ball of penises. I need my shit intact. My feng shui, the way my shit is set up, perfect. Okay.
As a person,
my feng shui, right? Put that on a t-shirt. My feng shui.
Oh my God.
My feng shui, it's cool. It's just fine. All right, so who did you buy a baby arm for?
Listen, as a person who has pushed out 3 whole humans, okay?
Oh, no.
I don't need nothing. I don't need anything else. I don't need anything going up there that's that size. I'm good.
I just really be like, what happens? What happens when you go into the store? And which is why I think at around 30, I was just like, I need to buy my own strap and my own dildo because that's better for me. It's safe because one, these motherfucking dominant women or studs or masculine presenting women, whatever you want to call yourself, feel like, oh, well, you giving me a pussy you gave to somebody else, so I don't need to change the dildo. Yes, you do. You need to educate yourself on the fact that is made of porous material. And if you don't know what porous means, it means it has tiny holes which trap bacteria and germs. So even if you boil that motherfucker in lava, it's going to hold on to Cindy shit, Lucy's loose shit, and then you go try to bring it to me. And that's not what we do around here.
And this is why we were talking about your arsenal. We said it has to be geared toward that specific person.
Yeah, I already agreed to that. I'm flabbergasted because I thought that they women too. Like, you supposed to be changing that joint out.
Right.
Listen. The same thing that would go for men goes for women. You're not about to fuck up my pH balance. Point blank, period. I don't need no issues in that area. Thank you very much.
We don't need no new life, no new bacterial life. Just imagine going to the clinic because the fake dick fucked you up. That's a joke in there someplace. I'm not laughing at it, but it's something
It's a
I'm
joke, but that shit ain't ha funny. No.
reason why I'm laughing at Shay on YouTube saying they went in there and be like, "Hey, y'all got any baseball bats?"
Facts.
No,
Facts. That's exactly what they did.
no, seriously. And it show up like, yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
But
Sis, you and your Wall Smasher 3000 can exit my home. Thank you very much.
You take it first. Let me see you take it first because you so gone home. You bust it open because listen.
You know what? I don't care because I don't like her ass no more. Your ex-girlfriend, when you strapped up on her and we had to hear about that shit for like 2 weeks, that shit was hilarious. We were roommates and her ex-girlfriend apparently decided to do that.
Who was
I was about to say there needs to be a story time behind this. I need to be put in the loop. What's going on?
Yeah, she I'm passing it over to you, homie.
Okay. So yes, me and Trey were roommates. And I was dating this young lady. We will not say her name. What's up, London?
Fuck you.
And so
I'm dropping governments now.
You want the last nigga?
No.
Okay. Because she wasn't shit. But anyway, so she bought the strap on, but I used it on her. I never let her use it on me because of a couple of reasons. One, it was a basic 6 inches. And I'm like, yes, as much as I don't need something ginormous, I don't want the starter peen. I want the PP. Don't give me weed.
Starter peen. Did she say starter peen? She
Don't
said
give me
that's another one. That's another one. I'm sorry. I'm taking that one too. I need it in my life. Starter peen.
Over here, they all the time. You get new shit all the time, I promise. So it was PP energy, okay? So, and it was pale. And she was very dark skinned.
She was this color.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, he happened to say to me one day that he thought he heard me moaning at night one night. I said, no, that was your girl.
It's like, wait, what?
I said,
we'll
now,
start.
If you've been home between the hours of 9:30 when she's gone and 3:30 before she comes home, you probably heard me moaning my own name. Absolutely. But you, me.
She would literally say that shit.
Now that's the only time that you
That's
heard
hilarious.
Me.
That's some Gemini shit.
Absolutely. It's the Kanye in me. Okay, baby.
Shay, stop it. Me on Facebook. LONDON.
Stop. What we not finna do is start looking up people's exes. Ma'am, I can't. Put the phone down. If you on your computer, step away from the keyboard. We not doing this.
So I've always been curious about the whole strap thing because when I used to work at an apartment complex, I would have various doms that would come in, but more often than not, I would see them walking around with it on underneath their pants, and it's like this girl had literally she couldn't have been. She had to be like maybe 5'5". She was probably the same build as you, Siren. And she's walking up to the apartment complex with the thing, and you can see it. Like it's just going. It's an elephant. It's swing. It's like,
what is the point?
Why? Why you wear it out in public?
I really don't know because here's the thing. Now it's just getting lint on it. Because who the fuck wants you to whip that out and just give it?
Thank you. So I'm like, so you're gonna clean this before you attempt to use it? Listen.
Which means now you gotta take it back off, which means that's why it stays in your handy dandy JanSport. That's why it stays in there. You don't need to wear it.
We had a whole conversation about the backpack. That's where it's supposed to stay at.
I didn't know. I was like, they don't have purses, but then I thought about it. I was like, oh no, they wouldn't have purses.
And here's the thing. I really want masculine presenting studs to get away from the fact that they think that they need it. I know that's not everyone. It's not every stud. It's not every dom. It's not every woman. But I really need people to get away from the concept of like, oh, I got to show with the backpack. Not every woman needs the backpack. We don't all need that. Like, please get in touch with using your fingers. Like, please get good at using your fingers. You're going to save yourself. Because here's the thing. Strap-ons cost a lot of money. And if you are not willing to at least take care of your partner in a way of buying a new dildo every time, because the dildo is the cheap part. The
Really?
harness is what's gonna run.
The harness is the more expensive part.
What's gonna run you. The harness could run you $150 for a very good one because you have to make sure that it is comfortable for the wearer and the person receiving. So that's what's gonna run you. So the fact that they be trying to boil a dick from 2 relationships ago to use on you is wild. That was the cheap thing. The dildo costs $20-$25 at most, depending on where you get it. If you Amazon it, yeah, you might get $15. Like, come on, I know you got some credit or something, some little something. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that's cheap. So the fact that I be hearing a lot of these women say, "Oh, well, why I gotta get a new dick every time? You giving me the same pussy you gave the last person." I know, but it's new to you. This pussy's new to you.
Yeah,
Somebody's new dick. Thank you. Yeah, that's a wild thing. That's really wild. I won't be taking any questions on that either. Because
listen, that's fine. I won't be asking any. It's okay.
We were.
like,
Yeah,
we are so off topic. We are so off topic, but
completely deviated from what we were supposed to be talking about.
We were.
Get all my funny shit out right now. You know, I'm like practicing to be a comedian too. So. I'm wearing a lot of hats. We doing a lot of stuff.
So we were the last portion of this section involved feelings on allyship. So basically, how do you feel allies should either show their allies and show and perform that they are really part of the cause? Because there are a lot of people out here who say they are allies, but they don't do what they need to do. They don't step up. They don't speak out. Right. I'm not gonna lie. I'm with you, but I'm really not marching because I'm fat. So that's really my only excuse. But I'm here for you.
Listen, I'm an ally from my computer. Like I can send out some emails. Okay, I'm good with angry emails. Just saying.
But here's my thing with the allyship thing. Like, yes, it's needed. Yes, it's wanted. Absolutely. But just like with any other cause, anybody screaming into under somebody's comments, "Oh yeah, I'm with you," is not the same as actually showing up and finding petitions you can sign, finding, your political officials that would assist in the community and voting for those people. Those are things that are behind the scenes that mean a lot that you don't have to advertise that you're doing, because I think a lot of people really just want to be able to say it and because we give out kudos for no reason now. For no fucking reason. If somebody tells you that they marched or they petitioned or it's great, thank you. We don't have any fucking proof of that. So here's the thing. Why try to prove it to me? Why not just do it?
Yeah, I feel like the best allies are the ones who move in silence. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like you said, you vote for the right officials, you sign the right petitions, you vote for the right laws. You know what I'm saying? You do what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. That's the best way to be an ally. I don't need to hear that you're doing it. I need the changes in my community, because guess what? I know people like myself are voting. People like myself are marching. People like myself are doing the thing. So the only way for me to know, and mind you, that's not really getting us far. It helps. It absolutely does. But guess what? You telling me you did something versus me seeing a change in my community, me seeing the change around me, is completely different. Because I can get hundreds of people. I have a pretty decent following on TikTok. I get hundreds of middle-aged Caucasian women telling me that they are doing the thing. But if I'm not seeing any actual change in my community, doesn't matter. You could tell me anything.
Right. Put your money where your mouth is. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are saying that you're an ally in any sense of the word, then you should be out here, you know what I'm saying, actually fighting for the rights of these people.
The next time you're in a store and you see someone treating somebody, use that inner Karen to fucking stand in between that shit.
Exactly. Check your homophobic ass friends. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. If you hear somebody saying some homophobic shit, then you check them.
Now you become a Karen. Be a Karen for the right reason.
Right. Because I feel like if you don't say anything, then you become complicit. You know what I'm saying? Then this is exactly the type of behavior that you're saying is okay. If you're not checking the people that you're closest to and you know that they're saying some homophobic something,
or
anything.
Or making an excuse for them doing it. Like, they come from another generation. Fuck that.
Right. It don't matter where they come from.
I'm gonna say this. I have been, as of late, I'm not gonna say who. Some people that I know are still utilizing the no homo. And it's like, bruh, you got to stop that shit.
Pause.
This individual literally pause, no homo, stuff like that. And it's like, Joe, like, nobody thinks that you're trying to be gay.
I use pause. I'm not gonna lie about that. I do.
But see, I can say nigga, so it's the same shit. You can say pause, you good.
Yeah, but I'm like, because there's nothing
But
like,
like-
that implies that there's something wrong with being homosexual in everything. Because I don't mean any harm. Here's the thing: as much as men want to say, or not all men, I don't even know why we have to keep giving a disclaimer. Come on, if it don't apply,
This one right here, because of this one right here. That's why we get a disclaimer.
What do you mean? I'm good.
all-
I'm the nice one.
Then not all. That's you. That is you.
Because we be talking about shit.
He's doing a disclaimer too. I think that's what he's trying to do. Like, he knows that he's not a part of the all. He knows that, but I think that he's trying to pacify the sensitive people. And here's the thing: if you feel like you need to be pacified, you're the one. You're one. You in it. That's how that fucking goes. It wouldn't even.
And see, it's the same thing I tell my kids, yo. Is like, because I say y'all when I'm, encompassing like the entire group of people. But it's like, if you know it don't apply to you, what do they say? If it don't apply, let it fly. That's the same thing. Exactly. It's the same thing.
Wasn't there a list of questions that you found? Did you want to read those off?
Yes, I can do that.
Because it was just funny how bad these fucking questions were.
Yeah, it just upset me so bad because like the one question that I, did like was, how can I support LGBTQ people without my own sexual orientation becoming an issue? Like when you're trying to find a way to support somebody and get outside of your own way of thinking, that I thought that question was okay. But then it's like, well, what should I do if I think someone is lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender, but they haven't told me? You mind your fucking business? If they haven't come out to you yet, then
that means they don't trust you.
Hello.
And I'm their way of thinking proves them right. Just saying.
And that's another way. That's another way I feel like people can be an ally is like sometimes shit don't involve you. So step back. Mind your
this shit I'm out.
Listen, if the person does not bring you into it, then it has absolutely nothing to do with you. I feel like the way that you do, just to say when it's asking how I can support LGBTQ people, you create a safe space for people. You know what I'm saying? Even if they feel like, even if they haven't come out to you or whatever the case may be, if they decide one day they want to come to you and open up, then you create a safe space for them and you be there for that person, regardless of what their sexual orientation is, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's
you don't make things about anybody's sexuality to begin with.
Right.
Like, just do what you've been doing this whole time. That person's been fine.
They're the same damn person. They're the same person, regardless of what their sexual orientation is. Okay, well, Siren was Siren yesterday before I knew she was a lesbian. Okay, well, she's a lesbian. That's great.
She's still gay, and she gay now. She was gay yesterday, and she don't want you. So it doesn't fucking matter.
That's it. Okay, Siren is Siren.
For the damn food, because that's probably why I'm here. What's the recipe? Give me that, and I go.
Speaking of which, pork chops. Yeah.
Yes. When would you like to come and have pork chops?
Yeah, whenever you're ready. I was a pork chop, so that's all I got to say.
I'm off Tuesday. I'm sorry. I'm off Wednesday, and I'm off Thursday.
Thursday it is. I'm off Thursday. I'm getting pork chops. Let's go.
Get your pork chops. I need 2 of them.
Bring in my applesauce.
I know you are, because I don't have none.
Last time you came to my house for pork chops, you brought your own damn applesauce.
I like pork chops and applesauce.
Because he don't know, that's him being polite. He don't know if everybody got applesauce. I don't have any, but please bring me some. Thank you.
Another question. It's kind of like a series of questions within a question. How do I make myself more approachable to people who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender? What do I do if someone who is lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender wants to come out in my office, on my residence hall floor, or within the context of any other group I am a part of?
Okay, so that first one is kind of cringy.
Mm-hmm.
Read the first one to me one more time. The first one.
How do I make myself more approachable to people who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender?
Okay, so that's cringy because people are just people. If you are seeking out a way to specifically bring those people to yourself, that to me gives me a vibe of you haven't come out. And I mean, that could not be the case. Maybe that's not the case, but it gives me like, oh, I need these people to come to me so that way I feel comfortable to say, oh, I've had an experience or I think about this. And like I said, that's just the vibe that it gives me. But it's cringy because guess what? Just hang out with people. Just get to know people. Everybody's interesting if you actually listen to them. Everyone has something interesting to tell you. Every person, no matter what their sexual orientation is somebody of value, and that is a worthwhile person. So literally for you to specifically try to bring my sexuality into this gives me this weird ass vibe. Why can't I just exist as a person to you? Here's the thing. If you're not somebody that makes people comfortable in general, you probably got people hanging around you right now that are a part of the community who just know you're cool to a point. Beyond that point, you ain't fucking cool. Because you seem like the kind of person that is always talking about gay stuff or whatever like that. Like, why are you bringing that up? Like, we're just having why can't we just, that's not an everyday, I don't feel like that should be an everyday conversation, somebody's sexual orientation, or why are you constantly bringing up gay people or queer people or binary or not binary people or trans people? Why are you just bringing that up in conversation?
Yeah, I feel like people should just remove themselves from this situation. You know what I mean? Like it's not about you.
Exactly. You're making it about yourself. So it's cringy. It just really is. Okay, what were the other two questions? I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm really tipsy now.
The other part of the question was, what do I do if someone who is lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender wants to come out in my office, on my residence hall floor, or within the context of any other group I am a part of?
You mind your fucking business.
Well, here's the thing. If they want to come out, that means they probably feel comfortable doing so. So if they feel comfortable, just be like, okay, that's cool. And move on.
Facts. So we were searching we were looking up stuff, and Royal came across these questions on, what was it, YouTube? Not YouTube.
No, like I was just, of course I went to Google. Okay, that's my go-to. I go
Google. Google. Stop it.
So while I'm looking on the Google and stuff, these questions just came up, and I'm like, it killed me because the way that it's titled, first of all, it's like 35 questions. Okay. And it says that they're illuminating LGBTQ panel discussion questions to spark conversation. And when I'm looking at these questions, I'm like, all of these questions are looking at it from the straight person's point of view. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, well, what can I do? And what do I say? And what I
me.
Yes.
It's that. That's why it's cringy.
It's very much so giving.
Very much so. Very much so giving. And it's
not the special move you mentioned earlier, but white people. Anyway.
and it's like, the one other question I thought was semi-okay it says, how can I again, there are 35 questions, and I went through all these 35 questions, and I got the couple that were cringy to me, and then I got a couple that were semi-okay. So one of the semi-okay ones was, how can I get others to be more open-minded about LGBTQ people? And I just feel like you have to continue to have conversations, and you have to check those people who are being homophobic, and you have to remind people that, hey, mind your damn business. If what they're doing doesn't have anything to do with you, then take a step back. If they don't involve you in it personally, then it has absolutely nothing to do with you.
I say you line them all up in the office.
I wanted to add like
discipline. I'm just playing.
And I just kind of want to add like all of that is very. I definitely agree with everything you said. I wanted to add, continue to educate yourself. For a person that is sitting outside, to be a part of the conversation, you have to have something to add to the conversation. So always continue to educate yourself on things that are happening as far as our politics, as far as the culture itself. That is really one of the best ways if you're deciding to insert yourself, because here's the thing, you don't have to insert yourself. People are just people. LGBTQ, AI plus, like it's a cult. We have our own culture, just like everybody else does. You don't always have to insert yourself in everything.
Yeah. And honestly, it's just like not seeing it as a difference, like this huge, like they see the LGBTQ plus community as other, like alien or something like that. And it's like these are still
That's the
regular,
problem.
everyday people. You know what I mean?
That's the whole problem.
Exactly. They're normal. They are normal people. They have jobs. Just like you have a job. They have families. They have lives. You know what I'm saying? That these are regular people. And once people actually start to see that, then I feel like it would take away from this huge disconnect that people have. It's just like I just can't identify with this person. Why not? They
Like, there
do the
should
same
not
shit that
be
you do every day.
there shouldn't be still this whole stigma surrounding it. Like, I ain't thinking about you. And that's the thing. That's why it really bugs me, because I'm like, I know most of us are not thinking about anybody. Like, we're literally just living our lives.
Facts. Big facts.
Like, there's so many
Yeah.
people who just want to make it a big deal when it's not. Like, look, I'm not attracted to you. Why are you concerned? I don't
Yeah.
want you. Why are you concerned? I'm just here working my job at Starbucks. Do you want your muffin? Okay, go to the front door. Like, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know why people feel like they have to. And I feel like, to me, people who do that, who like feel like, oh, I gotta join this cause all of a sudden. Baby, you just bored. You don't have nothing going on. Get a hobby.
That's it.
Get a hobby, because you way too interested in my business. That ain't your business.
Hello. And it's like, it's the say that I said off the show yesterday. I don't know how YouTube is gonna feel about this, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Fuck it, we are here.
I said to Trey, I said, just like the saying goes, what I eat don't make you shit. Who I fuck don't make you come.
But I like
Exactly.
chocolate cake, and everybody else needs to eat chocolate cake and chocolate cake only. What you mean you got strawberry? You can't have no strawberry. You need to eat chocolate cake.
Right. Where you get
First
that
of
shit
all,
from?
what if I'm allergic to chocolate?
Too bad. No cake for you then. You can't have no cake. That's how they be. That's how the Lord said you got to eat chocolate cake
The Lord said I
and
gotta eat
chocolate cake only.
Lord, you done brought him into
You
it.
messing up my
everybody
chocolate cake because you over there eating strawberry. You messing up my chocolate cake.
You know what the Lord said? You know what the Lord said? He said to love everybody equally. He ain't say we had exceptions.
That's what my Lord said. That's what
Do unto others as you would have done to you.
Hello.
All right. So this is going to be our closeout topic of the evening. We are talking about none other than another aspect of the community, trans dating.
Well, we got 8 minutes. This gonna be 8 minutes worth of conversation?
I mean,
it can be.
It can be. I mean, it's between you two because I don't have knowledge in this area. I'm not trying to be funny. But what I was gonna say is that I kind of got in trouble on a previous radio show that I was on because I made the statement that you need to disclose information to me so I can make a choice. I had to learn later on in life how to word that properly without sounding like an asshole. But you gotta let me know something because that's not my preference.
That was actually one of my questions under this topic.
Oops. Okay.
Like, you mean, like, do you have to disclose, or do you feel like
my question was like, do you feel like someone who is transgender should disclose that they are trans prior to dating? Prior to dating, if you go on a date with somebody, if you feel like your relationship with this person is going to move forward at any point in time, do you feel like someone who's transgender should say, hey, well, I'm trans at that point in time? Like, you don't I feel like maybe not disclose like, first date, second date, whatever may happen, because you don't know what's going to happen with this person. You know what I mean?
That's true. I feel I mean, well, I have some experience with dating trans men. For me personally, I don't think that dating entitles you to sex, which is where I think the disclosure should happen, and that's just specifically for me. I think that if we're literally just dating, I'm dating somebody now that I'm not having sex with at all, of any kind. I think that
be strong, homie. Hang in there.
Wow.
They're fine. It's a very open thing, so everybody can date other people. So I'm sure that they're fine in the sexual department.
Okay.
They're very attractive, so I'm sure they're fine in the sexual department. But like I said, I don't feel like I would need someone to disclose with me until we come to a point where we're discussing being physical. because I know physically I like certain things. Physically, I love breasts, and I know that there are a lot of trans individuals who decide to have top surgery. I need titties in my mouth. So not to say that I won't date you if you don't have titties, but like to move on sexually, like that's something that I very much enjoy. I very much enjoy a vagina. I need those things in order to enjoy sex. So if you want to have sex with me, you obviously want me to enjoy it because I will want you to enjoy it.
Right.
So we're being fair. It's in that mind you again, it's my own preference. If somebody's upset with me, be upset with just me, not anybody else here. That's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, so for me, I need some titties. If your titties gotta go, I'm gonna have to go with it. I'm gonna
have to go with it. Jesus.
pack my shit up and go.
Any complaints? Any complaints? All right.
So
You like titties
that's
over here.
me. Okay, that's just me. And like I said, I have trans friends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want their titties because obviously I can't have their titties. But even if I wanted their titties is gone. And we are in support of that. If that's what you need to be a happy individual, I'm for that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I recently was dating a trans person. They still have their titties. But he is a he. And we acknowledge and we accept and we we give him his due in every respect. But yeah, he still has the titties. And I like their titties. But yeah, I don't know if they're gonna get rid of it. I asked this person, we're not dating any longer. But I did ask them probably a month into us dating at that point, like, because I understand it can be a sensitive issue. So I want to always be compassionate when I'm asking a question or whatever. So it took me like a month into dating this person to say, hey, are you actually going through the transition process? And he said to me that he's giving himself a year to decide if he wants to start taking testosterone or have surgery or whatever. So at this point, they are still anatomically female. Yeah, but I and I let them know. I was like, if you decide to chop off your titties, give them to me. We gonna
not give them to me. Is you gonna put them in the freezer?
I'm gonna give them a nice home because you don't want them. But I like
you can't just turn them into pillows. Like what you gonna do with them?
Put them in the freezer. I don't know, baby. I don't know how to keep titties. I don't know how you store them. I don't fucking know. I feel like they gotta be room temperature. Maybe I just leave them out on the next to the bar in the living room.
Definitely need blood flow. I know that much.
Please don't cancel me for saying that. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying. I'm drunk. I'm just drunk. And maybe a little.
It's okay.
Please don't be upset with me. I promise. I'm literally talking about this one particular person. Please.
Well, I'll let you share the link to him. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say another question that I had was like personal preference, and I guess this question I guess was more so for us, as people who have never dated a trans person. Would you date someone who is trans?
No.
Just no.
No. To now, okay, be better, Trey. I have no desire to be with someone like that because I want to find a relationship that is going to result in children. And unfortunately, they can't provide me with that desire of mine. So that's the primary reason.
As of now, because
as of now. But if that changes because of science in the future, then there'd be no reason for disclosure.
That's true.
There would be no way to distinct between the two. Absolutely. So I wouldn't know. Now, I am trying to be as enlightened as I possibly can, but if that was to change and then it was disclosed later on, I still would feel some type of way because
I feel like if you're with somebody, like you should be able to trust me enough to say something. And if our chemistry is what it is and our connection is what it is, that shouldn't matter. But don't keep anything from me.
And that's it. That's it right there. It's not even from me. For me, it's more so the fact it's not anything that having to do with whether or not the person is trans, because I wouldn't have a problem dating a trans person. You know, trans man, trans woman, doesn't matter for me. It doesn't matter to me. The person is what matters. But it's just like, not necessarily, it's not like I need a choice or anything like that, but this is a huge part of you. And if I'm going to be your partner, then I need to know everything.
I wanna know
Right. I
everything
need
about
to know
you.
every part of you. And I
Absolutely.
don't feel like any relationship worth, any substantial relationship is going to start off of a lie or a mission or anything like that. Like, if you can't tell me something that important, then what else would you keep from me? You know what I mean? And if I feel like, and that's just the basic level of trust right there. So
Absolutely.
if I can't depend on you to tell me the truth about things, then how am I supposed to trust you with anything else?
Mhm.
So, ladies, it has been a wonderful conversation here tonight, and I hate to cut it short here on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, but we do have to transition over to our Discord. If you are willing to join in the video conversation for our aftercare, check the links that I've dropped in respective social media platforms that are just listed, and join us there. Ladies, if you will, let them know where they can find you.
Okay, you guys. So you can find me on TikTok, Twitter, and IG. You can find me on TikTok as Royal_KP, and everywhere else as Royal Rain, ROY4LR4YNE.
On TikTok, Miss Siren to You is my handle there.
All right. And of course, as always, it's your boy Trey Proper. I'm on Kinkazoids. I'm on Blurs and Whiskey. I'm on Snack and Flick. And you can see me on all the social media platforms and various other shows that I've been on. So I'm literally all over the place. Fucking Google me. I'll holler at y'all in the Discord. We out.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
This was fun.